After I finished chemo, I was left to figure this all out on my own. Nobody gave me a roadmap to heal after stage 3 cancer. So I had to build one myself. And in this video, I'm going to share it with you. So if you've just been diagnosed with cancer, or you're years out from your treatment, or maybe you just want to avoid ever hearing the words you have with cancer, well, this video is for you. These 9 steps are exactly what you need to follow, because here's the truth. When you're in treatment, you get all of the support, but once it ends, you're on your own. And no one tells you how to heal. Nobody shows you how to rebuild. Nobody gives you a clear plan on how to actually stay cancer-free. But that ends today. I went from stage 3 to cancer-free, and here are the 9 steps that got me there. Starting with number 1, prioritize lean. Protein, nutrition after cancer isn't all about just eating healthy. It's about fueling your body. You need to be intentional. After cancer, your body is in repair mode. It needs the building blocks to recover. And that starts with protein. Protein helps rebuild lost muscle mass after your treatment. It supports your metabolism. It helps you regain your energy. And it fuels hormone balance and immune strength. But here's the problem. Most cancer survivors are not getting nearly enough protein. I recommend aiming for 30 grams per meal. And eggs, egg whites, chicken, tofu, black beans. Even using a protein supplement, you have options. You do not need to go vegan. You do not need to fear soy or meat. You need protein that you can digest and use. Okay? But on to step 2, eat plant forward. This does not mean giving up meat. This means building every meal around plants. Why? Because plants are packed with vitamins and nutrients, antioxidants to reduce oxidative stress. They have fiber to help feed your gut. This will also regulate your hormones. They have phytonutrients that protect you against a cancer recurrence. So build half of your plate at every meal with vegetables. Yes, even breakfast. Spinach in your omelet, berries in your smoothie, carrots in hummus. Make it easy. Make it colorful. Make it exactly what you enjoy. Okay? But on to step 3, targeted cardio. Not just any exercise, targeted cardio. This kind of exercise is going to reduce your risk of a cancer recurrence out up to 59%. So start small. I want you to start by tracking your steps for 7 days, then find your average. What's the average number of steps that you took over the last 7 days? Once you find your daily average for your steps, then I want you to add 500, and that's your new goal for the upcoming week. Now continue this process until you hit at least 10,000 steps a day, but do not push yourself into high-intensity chaos. If you enjoy doing high-intensity workouts, that's amazing. And eventually we can get you back there. But when you're recovering from cancer, that is not the best place to start. You can actually worsen the side effects like fatigue and joint pain. Be gentle and be consistent. That's how we rehab you. Rebuild your strength without breaking you. And on to step number 4, targeted strength training. Women are often afraid or intimidated by lifting weights or strength training. But after cancer, strength training, it's essential. It builds lean muscle mass, it boosts your metabolism, and it protects your bone density, and it fights inflammation. So start with body weight exercises like squats. You could do a wall push-up or a glute bridge. Aim for a full body workout 2 to 3 times per week. And you're not going to bulk up. This is about building lean muscle strength. That's how you reclaim your body after cancer. Hey, Dr. Amy here, interrupting this video to let you know about an absolute free download that you can get instantly today. This is called your A to Z Guide to Stay in Cancer-Free. Now, this guide is going to give you a step-by-step instructions of exactly how to begin to live a cancer-free life. I'm going to put the link in the description below, so go get yours instantly and get started today. Okay, now back to the video. Okay, on to step number 5, smart supplementation supplements. They aren't magic, but they can support healing if you use them wisely. So here's a rule. Do not rely on supplements until your nutrition is in place. They're called supplements for a reason. Here are a few that I recommend to the women that I work with in the Cancer Freedom Program. Vitamin D3, omega-3s, creatine. Yes, really, and a B complex. But do not chase supplement fads or trends. Get your blood work on, know your levels, and be strategic. Okay, on to stat number 6. Add in more beans and legumes. One of the most overlooked cancer-fighting foods are beans and legumes. They're packed with fiber, they're full of plant protein, and they're rich in anti-cancer compounds. Start by eating them at least 3 times per week. Black beans and tacos, lentils in your soup. Tufarios as a snack. They're cheap, they're versatile, and they're powerful. But most cancer survivors are not eating them until now because we're going to start. And on to step number 7. Cut out these 2 foods. We need to stop obsessing over sugar and dairy and gluten. There are 2 foods that I do not recommend for cancer survivors because they are proven to increase your risk of cancer. Processed meats and alcohol. Processed meats like the limit, bacon, sausage. These are classified as a carcinogen by the World Health Organization, and alcohol, even in small amounts, can increase the risk of 11 types of cancer. Now, in terms of this newest release about alcohol being associated with cancer, this information has been known for a really long time. I think the concern has come is that such a small percentage of North Americans actually understood that rest. We know that it's about 45% of Americans understand that that alcohol is linked to cancer. So that clearly needs to be communicated to people better because there is a clear risk there. Right. So they were talking about, this report came out. It was based on a 2019 survey data of people's interpretations of what could happen with a bunch of different risks. And alcohol was the main one, being the one that people really don't know could influence this process, right? Yeah, exactly. I think when people think about cancer risk, they're thinking about, oh, it's genetics, like you're just dealt this hand, or it's unknown. So it's like this thing that we're exposed to, either an environment or mold, or we just don't know, right? So there's no point in trying to do anything about it because we don't truly understand. But that's not true. We have clear links between certain lifestyles and behaviors, risk of cancer. Now, you do not need to be perfect, but every drink skipped and every meal swapped. That makes a difference. Okay? On to step number 8. Achieve a healthy body weight. This is a tough one. Weight gain after cancer is common. Steroids, menopause, emotional eating, they all play a role. But excess weight increases the risk of recurrence, especially belly fat, which drives inflammation. It also causes hormone imbalances. The goal here is not to be skinny. The goal is to be metabolically strong. Focus on muscle over the scale. Focus on blood sugar balance. And you do not have to do this alone. This is what we help women with every day inside the Cancer Freedom Program. I'm going to link that up for you below. Okay. And on to step number 9, build a cancer remission mindset. This is the most overlooked piece of recovery, your mindset. Now, I'm not saying you can just think your way out of cancer, but what I am saying is it clearly impacts how you heal. People who feel empowered, who believe recovery is possible, they do better. Start by reading Carol Dweck's book, Mindset. Journal all your fears to get them out in the open. Laugh about every single day, even if it's just at a silly show or stand-up comment. Your nervous system, your immune system, and your mindset are all connected. Okay, so if you're ready to start healing, these are the 9 steps that you need to start using, but you'll need to go deeper into your nutrition. And that's really where you should start. That's why I'm going to link up this video for you here. Click the link here and I'll see you in the next video. That's why I'm going to link up this video for you here. Click the link here and I'll see you in the next video.